Hi everyone, we're here with Alex and Tom from AT Frenchies, millions of followers on TikTok and Instagram. How are you guys?
Pretty good. We're pretty good. What about you, Kai?
Fantastic, super happy to have you here. So, I have a few questions for you. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Rapid fire questions. Coffee or red wine?
Red wine,
Coffee.
Baguette or croissant?
baguette,
Croissant.
I like that. Playing soccer or making a viral video?
Damn.
depends the game. What kind of game we're playing?
Just soccer, like
Just a non-regular season game?
regular, yeah.
Probably nowadays making a viral videos. Soccer was in the past.
Let's say soccer for me then. I'm still at the end of it, so I need to enjoy the end of it.
At the end. That now it's easier, I think. Sea or mountain?
See.
See,
Winter or summer?
summer,
Yeah, same summer.
Eiffel Tower or Statue of Liberty?
What kind of question is that?
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, la Tour Eiffel, quand même.
LA or New York?
Southern California in general. Orange County.
I've only been to New York twice, so I don't know much about it yet. So I have to say LA.
LA or Paris?
Paris.
Paris.
Okay. Yeah, that's, brings me to the question, why did you guys leave the most beautiful city in the world, Paris, to go to the United States?
You want to start?
Yeah. I mean, the story is pretty crazy, to be honest. At the age of 13, Tom and I were all about soccer, all about making it to the professional world. And we've realized, when we were like 16 to 17, that it would have probably going to be harder than we were expecting it to be. So the only option for us was to go to the United States and get the opportunity to keep playing soccer and keep having this dream alive while studying. Because, for us, it wasn't possible in France to do both at the same time. So the only option we had was to get a scholarship and study, get our bachelor degree, and keep playing at a very high level here in the United States.
I will have to agree. It's exactly what happened. We left Paris not because we wanted exactly to leave the city, but because we had to make a choice. And the best choice for us was to go study and play soccer at the same time, because it's still our passion. That's what we love to do. And that's what we wanted to do for the next, it took us like 5 years. So we played soccer. We played soccer and studied for 5 years, and it was like the best years of our lives. So no regret on that.
And eventually, AT Frenchies happened.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, millions of followers. And would you say now that it was worth it?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, leaving France was completely worth it. It opened so many doors for us, and even though the pandemic was like horrible for everyone, it was like such a hard time. That's when we started to create videos and create AG Frenchies, and for us, it even became like more of an opportunity, and that's where we knew that the American dream was something that was attainable and not something that was just like a commercial for people to come to the US. It's actually something that you can live and something that can happen for anyone. And by creating HE Frenchies during the pandemic, because we had nothing to do, that's how we were like, wow, the US is something else. Like, they're so open-minded, and you have like so many things you can do and so many opportunities all around the states, like from the south, the north, the east, the west, even the middle of the US. There's always something to do. So definitely a great decision for me and for Alex, for sure. I think so.
That's good.
That's good.
But how was it for you guys to leave your country, leave your family, your friends, and go somewhere new with a new language? What were the struggles of doing that?
Well, I would say that it obviously took a couple months for us to get used to a new culture, a new place, new people. But at the same time, I feel like American people have always been super welcoming with us. They've always made sure that we were doing okay, that we weren't left alone, that language barrier wasn't too much of a big deal for us to get to know people. So Also, the thing is, we also left at the same time, so we've always had someone to lean on. For example, like when I wasn't doing well, when school was too hard, or when I didn't have a great game in college, I used to call Tom, text him, and like, hey, how you doing? Like, what are you doing to make your days better? Like, like we're planning our next vacation, so we're always trying to help each other at the beginning, but at the same time, like I will never make it seem like it was a really really hard transition. At the end of the day, like we were super familiar with American culture through movies, music, and our daily lives. So again, of course, at the beginning, it's never easy to leave your family, especially when you're the only child. I left my mom; she's living now by herself. So it's always something that I want to make sure that I'm still here for her, making sure I'm calling her every day, texting her every day. My dad's different, he's with my stepmom and my sister, my half sister. So yeah, family is a big deal, and our friends, a group of friends that we've grown up with, we miss them every day, but we just kind of try to keep in touch and everything.
Yeah, that's beautiful words, Alex.
All right.
So I would say it's the same for me. When I got injured at the end of my freshman year, I mean, I had to call Alex and like make sure like I was not like doing anything stupid with my injury, or like if I was not like getting too sad or anything, because like it took a lot of my time. I like fractured my fibula, and so it was like kind of a hard time for me, but it was there for me, so it was great, to have always a support when you go somewhere. And I would say that the hospitality that I received when I arrived in the US was insane. Like everyone was so nice. The teachers were amazing. The coaches, the roommates, the teammates, everyone that you meet is amazing. And also because there's like that culture of foreign people coming to study in the US. And so there's like a lot of people that already came and had to go through the same experience as you. So they're here to help you. And at the same time, there's also people coming at the same time as you, going through the same experience. So you can always like make friends at the same time, and you can go through it together. And that makes it so much easier. After like a week, you feel like you're in a vacation kind of, like, because like always together in the same room, in the same practice, in the same classes. So it's kind of like it's not a vacation, because it's like you're still learning and doing the things that you love, but it's like taking it in a different way. You don't see the difficulties when it's happening, but then when you look at it back in time, you're like, oh yeah, I did something there. It's not like it just happened because I just let it happen. It's just because I worked for it.
For sure. Yeah, makes sense. And, the support that you give each other, I'm sure has been very, very helpful, right? So, can you guys tell me about your friendship? Because I know you guys are celebrating 10 years of being friends, 10 years of being best friends, and something super, super special. Can you talk about that?
It's been a very long time we've been friends. Yeah, it started when we were playing soccer together back in Boulogne-Billancourt.
Back in Boulogne-Billancourt, yeah, two 13 years old kids that are, didn't know each other. Soccer is the reason why we've met. Soccer is also the reason we're in the United States. It's also the reason why HE Frenchies has been created. So obviously our friendship has been, amazing. Ups and downs, obviously, every friendships go through a lot. But at the end of the day, Tom knows me perfectly because he knew my 13 years old self, my 16 years old self, and now my 23 years old self. He knows all my family, all my friends. So obviously, like we're like a rock, and it's something that working with your best friend sometimes can be really tricky because obviously you have like the professional side of it, you have the business side of it, and you have to we're trying to make sure that we're making our friendship a priority at the end of the day. So and that's something that we can thank all those years, because I feel like when you're creating business with someone that you might be friends for just a couple of years, that you maybe don't have those solid bases, and I think that we do have this, and we want to prioritize this for sure.
Yeah. I think we know how to compromise with each other. We know each other's strengths. We know each other's weaknesses. We know when to say them. We know when to not address them. We know what to do with each other. We know what can hurt each other, and we know like what to not say or what to say at what moment. And that's what makes us the way we are, and how we can jump from, like, for example, a meeting to then go eat food together and have like a good time at the pool or something like that. Like, it's just simple things that in the end, like, you don't see the transition, but it happens. It's just like, for us, it's like kind of a routine now. But I'm glad that we got that relationship going and that we know what to do and what to say and at what time to do so.
It's a beautiful routine.
Yeah, beautiful routine.
Yeah, I think for people who watch you, who watch your videos, they see a perfect relationship, a perfect friendship. Do you guys ever fight?
I wouldn't call it a fight.
No,
You know,
I guess it's not fights. Yeah, we never had like a big fight. I'm gonna like touch wood, because you never know.
yeah.
But I guess it's just I guess sometimes we
Let's call it like a disagreement. You
yeah
know, like it's obviously when you work together, like he's gonna think something, I'm gonna think something else. But it's never been about fighting. You know, like we always try to solve problems like as adults,
yeah
and always to try to like balance the pros and cons of each other's ideas. And at the end of the day, like if we were never arguing or never having disagreement, like our friendship would just be boring. And it's not always about like social media. Sometimes it can be about, oh, like what bar are we going to go tonight, or our vacation plans, or like all different stuff. So
But I would not even call them fights. It's just like opinions, and then because he thinks that that's the best thing to do, and I think it's the best thing to do, so we're like, okay, so which one is actually the best thing to do? And so that's how it's not like a fight on, oh yeah, you're annoying, or oh, but it's not about negative things. It's always about like what's the most positive thing to do, and then we try to argue for or to debate which side is the best thing to do. But it's not like
and I'm the stubborn one, so usually Tom is usually like, all right, I'll just let it go, we'll do you.
I go with the flow. I go with the. But in the end, it's always great ideas, even if it's like mine or his. Like it's not. It's never like a fight. It's never. You never go for. Oh yeah, I really don't want to do that. Like there is always something we want to do, even if we don't agree on when to do it or what to do it at a certain time. But it's great.
Fantastic. I mean, it's really nice to hear that from you guys, to hear this, personal side of you, because online you don't really talk about your personal life. It's really, I mean, I think a lot of people, are curious about you, and you guys never really talk about your private life. Why is that?
We're trying to not mix both too much. And at the end of the day, like I've said in so many interviews before, we have our lives and we have our lives on social media. It's important to keep it private. It's also important to share it with people. But I don't know. I don't want to be a social media person. I don't want to be like a social media group. I want us to be friends. I want us to be brothers. And I want to keep it, like private, because we have people that, no, but we do have people around us. It's just like AT Frenchies isn't just Tom and Alex. AT Frenchies is their friends, their families, the people they work with. So there's a minimum that you have to share, because obviously like people are expecting this. But there's also another side where I don't want people to know that. For example, if I go on vacation, sometimes I just don't want people to know that I'm on vacation there. It's just it's like intimacy, if that makes sense. And I do want to keep that comfort, and I feel like Tom is the same here.
Yeah, it's the same. I'm a very private person. Even when I'm meeting new people or friends or anything, it takes me like a bit of time to open up. Like I like to keep my feelings to myself, and I feel like it's a great way to have the social media part, because you can let it open sometimes, but you can also choose which side of yourself you want to keep private, or which side of your family or whatever you want to keep private, you can keep it private, and that's great.
Yeah.
And I think that even Alex or me, like we like to share some stuff, and other we like to keep them private, because in the end of the day we don't want like to share everything, because even if we would, it would kind of like be boring, and some people don't care if, for example, at 5 p.m. I'm eating I'm eating like an ice cream, they don't care if it's a croissant or whatever. Yeah, like it's like good content, but I don't think like my whole life is good content. It's just, it depends.
Yeah, to close the topic, like you will see so many videos of us with our parents, like Bruno, like your dad, like our moms, our friends. So we do share our social media life with our proches, but again, like il y a un temps pour tout. There's a time for everything.
Exactly, well said.
Well, a lot of people, I am sure you guys know, wonder and have asked, if you guys are a couple, and some people even want you guys to, be on OnlyFans. How do you guys feel? How do you deal with those comments in your friendship?
So I would say first we're not a couple, we're best friends, so uh, that's not a thing.
Yeah, Kai didn't warn us about asking this question, so let me think twice. No, no, for sure it's something that people talk a lot. We see the comments, we see the DMs, and we have nothing against that. Like, there's nothing against people, what people say, what people think, what people want us to be. We know who we are.
I mean, I actually think it's funny, like because
Yeah,
it's just like two guys having the same account. You can think like, oh, but then they're together.
it's
But
like it's like very European. Like, you see two European guys
that's true.
that are like very manicured, that are sharing the same account. Like, of course, people are gonna think this, but it's we're best friends, and no, we're not a couple. No, we've never kissed before. No, we've never done anything. Like, it's something like you say, like it's really funny,
It is
and I think
funny.
that we have to keep it this way, and we will never discriminate this. Like a lot of people get
No, it's
offended.
great.
Yeah, a lot of people get offended when they're like, oh, like you called me gay, like you guys say that I was like homosexual, like we don't mind.
Yeah, it's fine.
People say whatever they want to say, and at the end of the day, and I need to stop saying at the end of the day,
But
but
no,
yeah.
it's all right. And then to come back for the OnlyFans question, I don't think
I
it
was
will.
trying to I was trying to
Yeah,
avoid it.
I'm just gonna address it because it's there. I don't think it's gonna be a thing. If it's ever gonna be a thing, it's more gonna be like a OnlyFans to teach French. Like a OnlyFans French club.
That's a little that's a little sus right there. On OnlyFans to teach French, like what are you
No,
gonna
but
do?
you know,
Hold a croissant
the
between your
Wolf of
leg and teach French?
the guy from the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
He's selling his stories on OnlyFans. So
Well,
there's different parts of OnlyFans. People,
but that's also why we're creating the HE Freshens
the
Club.
club, yeah, that's
Because we do not want, like, it OnlyFans they have a sticker.
yeah,
It's
stays with you, and it's
exactly, we are not,
and
we're
we've
teacher.
seen, and we've seen what people have gone through after going to OnlyFans. Like some people, like obviously they make a lot of money, but in the end of the day, it's not all about money. Like it's also about mental health, and now you feel good about yourself. And there's people that go on OnlyFans feel good about themselves for like the 2, 3 first months because they make a ton of money, and then after that, they're like, oh wait, what am I doing? Like it's not who I am, and that's really something we don't want to do because that's not who we are. That's
It's a key. I think it's key. What Tom says is key. Money is massive. Obviously, like, without money, it's tough to live the way we want to live. But also, we need to understand that OnlyFans has a certain reputation that we do not want to have. That we don't want to stick with this reputation. We're funny dudes that have a motto: learning French while having fun, and we want to keep it this way. So we obviously are going to try to create something more private content with classes and get to know us better. And this is why the HE Frenchies Club is a better alternative
to OnlyFans.
to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things that come with being in a spotlight, right? With being famous. And what has been the craziest thing that happened to you since starting AT Frenchies?
The craziest thing is people saying hi in the street, I guess I would say. I mean,
Yeah.
like the crazy thing that happens to us, but also like going to big events and everything is something that we would have never thought about before. But yeah, it's people coming and sharing their stories to us and telling us how we help them learn French or how we help them go through some tough times because we are funny and like they find us like hilarious and stuff like that. It's something that I never thought would happen in my life. And that makes me so happy every single time it happens. It's just like full of pleasure and happiness.
It's a very good answer. I mean, I couldn't say better. I think that the most insane thing about having an audience of millions of people is being recognized and walking in the street and having people stopping us, and all the love is something that we can't even give back. I don't even think that posting every day is enough to give this back to people. And this is why every day we're working so hard to try to make the French community and this world a better place. Is because of all and everything that people are doing for us. So good answer.
Amen.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive. Your account is so positive, and you guys are so positive. There's such a huge positive energy that comes, from you guys. But is there an invisible struggle for, a social media star, like yourselves, that we don't see, that people who watch your videos don't see?
I mean, I'm gonna let you answer, but first, I don't feel like we're social media stars, and that's probably why it's so positive, I guess, because some people would like think they have like 100K followers on Instagram and they're like already famous, but we think that's just the beginning, and there's like there's so many people that are famous and talented. We're just here and trying to like make the best content for people, and we're not like, I don't know, we're not superstars. Like, it happens sometimes in
I mean,
Paris, but yeah, it's just people recognize us because they saw us on the feed. It's not We're not stars, like we, I don't know.
I mean, the fun fact is we also live in Los Angeles. Like we're in Los Angeles, for example, right now, and we look at ourselves and we're like, but who are we? Like, like for example, down the street maybe, or like 20 minutes away, you have like Justin Bieber living, and you look at Frenchies. Like you have to stay humble. You have to stay humble. Like being cocky and being pretentious is never going to take you anywhere, whether it's social media or in your professional life or even with your friends. We've met so many people that are influencer artists or upcoming musician, I don't know, that are acting super cocky and that just burn their tail, se brûle les ailes,
Oh yeah, whatever.
by just by,
The wings.
yeah, the wings, the tail, n'importe quoi moi. But it's something that we always try to make sure is staying humble, because it's not like we're super talented, or like our biggest talent maybe is that we're French and that we were there at the right place at the right time. That's basically what it is. And to go back on your question, the biggest struggle of being on social media and having an audience is maybe the mental health part of it. I think it's also really important to talk to people about, like, we don't live the millionaire life. We're not always in planes traveling the world, surrounded by women and cash. Like that's not our lives. We have a very simple life. Sometimes like we try not to focus too much on numbers, because like a thing about social media influencers these days, that if a video do well and goes viral, you're doing great just because you're reflecting your life on your platform. But for us, like, we work so hard every day to create new content ideas and post videos that if one video doesn't work, then it is what it is. Like, c'est la vie. We'll go on, we'll create something new. And if the 10 next other videos don't work, then that's fine. We'll learn from it.
Yeah, so it's really tough to even understand, to even realize that you guys are only 23, because you guys are so mature. You come across as, so intelligent and so well spoken, and it seems like you know who you are, right? How do you deal with negative comments and feedback, and I guess having that mentality, that strong mentality that you guys have, is easy to deal with that?
Well, first, thank you for the compliments.
Yeah,
we,
for
we
sure.
we appreciate it. I think we don't come across as 23 years old because we look older. First, like when you look at us, we don't think, oh yeah, they're young babies. You think like, oh, they're pretty old. They're probably around like late 20s or something. I don't know. So when you, especially the beards and the hairs and everything, so like you probably think at first just by looking at us that we are not that young. And then I guess for the maturity part of the question is
I mean,
everything we've been through, I guess.
let's just be honest. We don't even take ourselves seriously. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, we don't even take ourselves seriously. So like, whenever you have a negative comment, I don't even take it seriously, other than if it's constructive. Like, if you just like gonna like insult us or like say something bad, it's really is not going to affect me. Like, really isn't. Like,
We're all about sarcasm, so even when we joke to each other, like with each other,
I actually do like it. Like, I do like it. I do like seeing people being like, oh, like, like, this is ass. Like, oh, you made a mistake. Like, you should. Yes. There's different types of people all around the world, and as if it's a negative comment, but a constructive thing that we could do better, or like a DM, then 100%. Then like I won't be acting sarcastic or not taking it seriously. But sometimes from comments, I'm just like,
I mean, some comments are negative, but in the end of the day, it's one more comment, so it just gives us more views and more.
the algorithm likes
more-
comment.
Yeah,
So we'll take any type of comments, you know?
so go for it.
So speaking of comments, I have questions from your followers. I am looking at so many questions that came from your Instagram. So are you guys ready for some awesome questions? Maybe some spicy questions. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Yeah, allez, allez.
Fantastic, guys. Do you have nicknames for each other?
I have, I have a nickname for him, but that's just between us. We know we keep stuff private, so that one is gonna stay private.
Everybody wants to know.
All right, you can say it. It's a funny one. It's a funny one. It's a funny one.
So when we first met, we had a group of friends, just like the two of us and two other people. And Alex was always insecure about his nose, even though it's probably one of his best features. He was always insecure about it. So my two other friends and myself, we decided to call him Big. Like
You can say it in French, Beak.
Beck, yeah. No, it's a Beak. Beck, yeah. Okay. So I called
So
him Beck.
basically, when we first met at 13 years old, instead of calling me Alex, they called me Beck because I had a big nose.
Yeah.
But it's fine, you know. That actually made me stronger now. So
And it's actually it's just because he didn't like it. At first you don't even see it. You don't go for that type of joke because it's not like it looks great. It's not like the ones in the cartoons. But the thing is like that. It's like his nose is beautiful. Like
Yeah.
just saying.
that's kind
But
of you.
yeah, so it's because he was insecure about it that we had to like make sarcastic comments.
Well, I've seen Alex in person and he has a beautiful nose, I can confirm.
Thank you,
does,
Kai.
he does.
Merci. I do appreciate that. But the most recent one that I'm actually calling Tom is Barbe.
Oh yeah, Barb, which
Only
means
face
beard.
attributes. It's funny because he has a beard.
What happened to your mustache, Tom? What happened to it?
A big story there. I
He's
was
joining the Amish community.
so I was shaving. I was just trimming my beard, and usually I got like my mustache here around here, and I just messed up. So it started to look like Hitler, and I was like,
Okay, we won't put this in. No reference to Hitler in this interview.
so yeah, so I'm gonna restart that too. So it started to look very weird and very small, just right down my narines, and I just shaved it all because I knew in a week or two it was gonna come back. So
We need it back right now. Next question. People must know, are you guys in love with each other?
Well, there's different types of love.
yeah, there's different types. So I would say yes.
Yeah. We love each other as friends,
Yeah,
as brothers. The
Yes.
brotherhood,
good answer.
So
No, it's fantastic. It's very special to have somebody like that in your lives. This is easy. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
just because we have Lionfield as friends, our friends from Lionfield, and we're gonna meet with them tomorrow. So I feel like if I say yes right now, it'd be the worst timing. But no, actually, just personally, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Okay. Favorite French word?
Pamplemousse.
Damn, should have told me before. Favorite French word, œuf. Just because the plural doesn't make sense with the like œuf, or eau.
That is is the worst word in my opinion. But anyway, moment. People want to know moment when you knew you were best friends.
Damn.
Is it something you know? Like, is it like I don't think it's.
Realize that, right?
It's something you know, but it's not something. There's not like an instant, like a special moment. I guess is there?
Period.
We had such a big bond in our group of friends that we've never really put label. For example, in high school, like, oh, this is my best friend. We had a group of like maybe like 6 or 7 friends where everyone was so close to each other. So I would say like definitely like towards the end of high school and probably like when we moved to the US together, if that would just make more sense to say it this way. That's when we got for sure the closest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, makes sense. Somebody wants to know what's your favorite city in France?
Osego, southwest of France.
Yeah, I love Osego, but so for the cliche, I'm gonna say Paris because
that's where we're from.
yeah, because I know everything there. But my parents just moved to Bidar. It's right next to Biarritz, and I think it's pretty nice city. So I would say that.
One of your followers wants to know, what was your first impression of each other?
He was tall. I remember.
Uh,
I was for 13 years old. I was so short, and you were so tall, and I was like, "Whoa, the hell!"
and it means how high he could jump. Oh my gosh! When we first played soccer, because he's a goalkeeper and I'm a striker, so when I had to score on him or shoot on him, that guy can go anywhere on the goal. Like it's crazy. He's a cat. It's absolutely insane.
It wasn't gonna be like they first met, then he asked Alex to jump. Hey, bro, do you want to
No,
jump?
no, no. But that's the first thing. Like when we had the first practice, or like the very first week of playing together, that's his. It's crazy. It's a crazy theater to have as a goalkeeper. It's
That's
crazy.
funny. Yeah, yeah. Well, we must be like, there's no shit answer.
what, I mean, that's just the truth.
C'est de la merde.
You gotta say the truth. Guys, what is the most popular question you get on Instagram, besides if you guys are a couple?
I guess it would be like how to learn French with us.
Yeah. How to learn French effectively? How can I become fluent? You know, what are the best tips and all that stuff? So I'm guessing you're gonna ask us what are the answers to these questions.
Well, so actually, yeah, like, people want to know, how do you speak French fast and like amazingly well? And of course, yeah, how do you do it?
So how do you do it? It's like you have to immerse yourself, and for that we have like kind of a little surprise, I would say.
Yeah, it's something that we've been, creating, sorry, for so many months, and that's something that we've really brainstormed for, like weeks and weeks and weeks. A lot of people these days use apps to learn languages, but the truth is, if you want to learn French, you need an actual community. You need support. You need real French teachers that are going to be here to help you throughout this journey. We all know how challenging learning French is, how tricky le français is, and this is why we actually have a little surprise for everyone.
Yeah, we decided that because of the fact that it's so hard to learn French and that people are trying to learn French with us, we're gonna create an AT Frenchies club where everyone can learn French with us
while having fun.
We're having fun. Yeah, I saw a big announcement on your birthday, Alex, about the club, about the French club. But what is this club and what's special about it?
So basically, the French Club is a space where every Francophile is welcome first. We'll give the opportunity for people to learn French daily, weekly with us on various topics that go from, like learning how to introduce yourself to the best slang terms to use when learning French or before going to Paris. We'll also have masterclass where we'll be able to virtually meet you, talk to you, exchange with you, help you learning French, because sometimes we almost feel bad just posting videos and not being able to do more. And that's what the HE French Club is about, being able to meet you and be part of your journey more than just posting videos. We'll have also someone here to answer your question. So for example, if there's something that you don't understand during the weekly pre-recorded lessons or during the Master Life class, you can always ask us afterwards. We have a 24/7 conciergerie available for people. And that's the beautiful part of it, is that we're not just posting videos and charging people for this. We really want to be here. We want to be present for them. And that's what the learning French part of the club is about.
So basically, we're gonna have a 3-course per week recorded, and then a live masterclass every single week with us. And you also get a concierge 24/7 for you to ask questions and answer questions and immerse yourself in the French language.
And the amazing thing about the HE Frenchies Club is that everyone's welcome. It's open for every level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, but also any style of learning. You know, there's people that are better at visual learning, people that are better at listening, and people better at practicing afterwards. And we have accumulated the best format for every type of learners.
Fantastic.
Yes, we did.
And then is there something that you're working on that maybe your audience doesn't know? AI?
There is, yeah, there is something crazy we're working on right now. It's an AI bot that would have Alex's voice and my voice on it. And so basically you're going to have like a chat GPT to learn French with us. So you can ask questions, you can send the bot videos, and we're going to be the ones answering. So basically we're answering through a robot. So you're basically talking to us 24/7.
Wow.
But through an AI. It's pretty crazy.
And you guys have been working on it for 6 months, right? With a Google and a YouTube engineer?
Yeah, we've actually met with an engineer that helped us build this AI, because we came to him and asked him, hey, we've always get this question of how do I practice my French daily if I'm not around native speakers? How do I do this? And we told him, hey, we should probably create a bot where people get to text the bot and practice their French, whether it's using their voice or using texting, on the go whenever they want. And we were like, it would be amazing to even add our voices to make it even fancier, so people think that they're talking to us, you know? So they will get like native response from their text and also like their voice messages through this bot.
It's pretty crazy.
I was blown away the first time we've tried it, and I cannot wait to include this into the French club, just because people are going to love it. They're going to be able to practice right away after watching our lessons. And
even us, we're just like playing with it all the time because it's so it's just like so I'm obsessed with it. It's so crazy.
That sounds amazing.
insane.
That sounds really.
We cannot wait.
It sounds really amazing. Wow.
You will also like people will also be able to get a daily lesson from the AI.
Wow.
Like that we created. So it's I mean
There's more and more
yeah,
lessons.
there's more things to do. But wait, there is also more. We also have like some French keys. So for example, you're gonna have access to a 24/7 concierge. There's someone that we work with, or it's even gonna be Alex or me, that's gonna answer your questions all the time. For example, like when you're in France and you want to know what to do, if you're in the US packing for France, or you want to know anything about what to do in France, you can ask the concierge. He will be here to help you. Even if you have like difficulties learning your lessons or anything like that, the concierge will be here for you to answer all your questions and be there for that. Also,
For emergencies as well?
I don't.
the what?
For emergencies as well?
Yes, I mean, we hope so. So yeah, we would love that, like that to happen. We're gonna try to get someone to be there 24/7. So it's gonna be like quick responses. And so for urgencies or emergency, it will be like great to have like someone that's gonna do that. So that's what we're looking for right now.
We're not only going to have one person also,
yeah.
because I feel like people like there's no way that only one person can answer all of our questions within 24 hours. We'll have multiple people working on it, us as well. So basically we're super excited about this, because having an AI robot is good, but having a human behind like a screen that can help you answer your question is absolutely amazing. But that's not all.
Yeah, but you can also like choose your answers or choose whatever you want to do with the AI and the human. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
But there's also more. We're going to have like some events, private events, French soirees or museum attractions or anything like that. Travels. We're going to have like a lot of activities all together, and people from the club, we're going to have the opportunity to hear from it first, to have discounts from it, obviously. And that's what's going to be in the club as
The
well.
whole goal of the club is also to meet you in person. It's to build a community, to create memories. And I feel like organizing the French soirée worldwide, whether it's Paris, London, New York City, you will have access to those soirées before anyone else. You'll have discount to those soirées. Travels, we host travels all around France, Paris, the south of France, around Nice. And that's something that usually we sell out pretty quickly. And we want to give access to you, member of the French Club, before anyone else. And last but not least, the AET Frenchies member card. So we will also give you access to discounts with our partners, whether it's hotels, whether it's like French products, everything. We're actually working on this right now, and our partners cannot wait to collaborate with this. So again, I'm out of words.
We're trying to like get something that can include everything for you to make you comfortable with learning French and having like a fully experience and embrace everything you can to learn French. You know, like it's not just having the lesson, it's also having like all the keys around it for you to be able to be completely immersed into the French language. If you really want to learn, that's the best way to do it, we think. So that's why we're trying to put everything together to make it better for you.
We're giving you the key to the French world.
Wow. I want it. Give it to us, please. I'm taking it.
Ah! Okay.
Oh my God.
And now we also have a little surprise for you on the link down below. So click on the link in the description and go find the surprise about the AET Frenchies Club.
All right. See you soon. Join with the special offer.
Yay!
Final question for you guys. Alex and Tom, what advice would you give to your past selves?
Just trust yourself and go with it.
Embrace challenge. You know, don't fix yourself limits. Failing is okay. It's actually the best part of life. I feel like failing will make you stronger, and it's the same about learning French. Don't be scared of trying. Don't be scared of taking, you know, those risks that will take you where you want to be. So that was le dernier mot.
Yeah. Anything is possible, so just go for it.
Le mot de la fin. Here you go.
Au revoir.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Au revoir.
Ciao, ciao, bisous.
Bye bye.